Z transform is like one more application. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, Z transform is something like here, while decompose the signals, it just decompose the original and I'm giving you one particular bunch of bunch of signal. This is a bunch of signal, guys, and I'm asking you to decompose that, and you have decomposed with Fourier transform. Now, my objective is this is my actually this is my original signal, guys. Any signal like while I'm speaking now, while I'm speaking in my microphone, okay, I'm asking you to record this signal. This is my voice, my microphone voice. This is what my voice in the digital, like in the signal form. Okay, my voice in the signal form. While I'm lecturing, I'm giving you the lecture. Imagine that there are some more noise in my environment. There is like some kind of what to say. Um, a building construction is going on in my neighborhood or something else. Okay, so it will give you some very noise, right? Noise means some kind of disturbance will be there, right? So imagine that that noise is a very high band frequency, which means the noise is more than my voice. Okay, my voice has some frequency, right? Imagine that my frequency of my voice is all the things are like it cannot the frequency of my uh, speech, which means my voice, it not go beyond 30 hertz or something. Okay, it is going like that. I don't know, it's maybe 100 hertz or something. Okay, imagine, assume that it is 30 hertz. My voice is 30 hertz. Okay, but my surrounding neighborhood that I told in a construction is going on or something. So many noises surrounded me. Okay, that frequency is some kind of, imagine that 100 hertz. Okay, that frequency is 100 hertz. That frequency is, yes, 100 hertz. You got it right. If there is something like this, so if these two while you are listening, I'm talking now, according to my neighborhood surrounding the speech, like the noise is very much. It will give you the signal, these two signals combined, and you will be listening a very nice no speech. You can't able to hear my voice. You got it right. Only you can able to hear the noise, the noises, only the construction noises and all. My voice will be like very low. Okay, based on that high frequency, sounds. My sound is very low. Now it's very difficult for you to listen my voice, right? You got it right. Now I'm giving you an objective. My objective is I want you to segregate my voice from the noise. You got it right. I am asking you to eliminate the noise. How will you do that? So I'm asking you to eliminate the noise means it's like you can do one thing. You can do what you can do. You can do the Fourier series again, the Fourier transform again. This thing, Fourier transform again. This is bonus part, guys. This is I make Z transform will go in a little short no span of time, but I'm just explaining you where the Z transform is used. Okay, so if you take the Fourier transform means obviously you can decompose the signals. Signals will be decomposed, and you can get the very high signal is this is the noise signal. Okay, but you know that this is a noise signal, but noise signals cannot be unique, right? It cannot be unique sigmoid. Even the noise signals will be like the combination of more noises, right? This noise signal I mentioned that this noise signal, it cannot be a sigmoid. It is also a, the noise is also a some kind of this thing, but frequency is more in the noise signal. So Fourier transform here, Fourier transform doesn't work. How will you segregate that noise from there? Okay, now if I take Fourier transform, say imagine we will take the Fourier transform itself, you will be getting the frequency distribution something like this for this particular voices. This is the one, right? My voice along with the noise. Okay, so along with the noise environment, you will be getting the frequency distribution something like this. This is the frequency distribution curve, right, guys? So that's I told wherever the frequency matches with the original voice, you will be getting a spike, right? So there are a lot of spikes. This is nothing but the frequency distribution. This is how it look like. If you see the spike, suddenly at one particular thing, the frequency will be like very high. Okay, the frequency will be very high here. The reason is this is where the noise is. This is where the noise is because this is up to my maximum frequency is up to 30 Hz. I told you. But at some particular point, the frequency of the noise is like suddenly you will get a high frequency. The frequency of this thing is like 100 Hertz. Now I'm asking you to remove the frequency. Okay. That's where the Z transform plays a role. Okay, the advantage of Z transform is Fourier transform is simply it will decompose the signal. Okay, right? It will decompose the signal. But the advantage of Z transform is it will exponentially like what I can say that you can if the signal is like more means you can dampen the signal. Dampen the signal means this is the original high noise signal, right? This is the original high noise signal. Na? Now this signal has some amplitude, right? This amplitude can be, if you take Z transform, this amplitude can be dampened. You got it, right? This I signal amplitude can be dampened, guys, without altering the other signals. That is the beautiful thing of Z transform. Depends on the Z. Okay, what is Z you are using, right? Depends on that based on input condition. You got it, right? You see the Z transform, I'll tell you that. Depends on that. If we give you that condition means that criteria, only that 100 Hz should be like dampened means it will dampen the 100 Hz frequency to your like 30 Hz means will dampen that to 20 Hz something. Exponentially it will dampen the frequency. So in this application is huge, right? Imagine that you are a forensic detective or something, and you will be getting one particular important evidence. Okay, in the evidence you want to listen what is happening, the surrounding noise is more, and you want to know what is happening, like what the from the evidence you want to get some particular voice means. You can use like this is what actually this is what used, guys. Z transform is used for signal processing and all. Not only here, by transmitting a signal like everywhere, by transmitting the signal from here to there will be lot of noises carrying out with the signal, right, from the surrounding. We want to eliminate those noises means we'll be using Z transform only. So it plays a huge role in signal processing. So in your signal processing, people from electrical department, in your signal processing course, like in your BTech, you will be seeing this Z transform everywhere. Signal processing, like it will be like using as a what you can say low pass filter. You will be hearing this word, right? Low pass filter, low pass filter, and it's like it removing the band, like high frequency, just remove that low pass filter and all. That's where Z transform plays a huge role. Okay, so it's a kind of Fourier transform, Z transform, like a brothers. They are like brothers. Fourier transform is it's decomposing the signal. Z transform, it's like apart from decomposing the signal, it will dampen the signal as well. You got it, right? The signal can be dampened. So this is one important application of Z transform. The other application of Z transform is like it will tell you about whether the signal is stable or unstable. For example, in a spring, if the signal is something like this, apart some time it will go to zero. I mean, this is nothing but a stable signal. Initially frequency is very high, then not frequency, the signal is very high, then it goes to the equilibrium. This is stable signal. Imagine that I'm giving one more signal. Initially it is zero and it is oscillating more when the time. This is nothing but unstable signal. The signal is unstable. Here, see that the signal. This is stable. Okay, this signal is stable, but look at this signal, unstable. So you can able to identify the signal is stable or unstable by Z transform. Okay, if you take Z transform, you got it, right? Whether this signal is stable or unstable, that can be identified by Z transform. This is one more application. You can't do that by Fourier transform. Fourier transform, what it is doing, simply it splits the signal, that's all. But you can't, dampen, you can't change the amplitude of the oscillation, you can't magnify it, you can't dampen that, you can't do that in Fourier transform. But you can do that thing. The advantage of Z transform is you can dampen the signal as well. That is the important application of Z transform I want to convey.